What's going on, guys? Steve Taylor here. Today we're going to talk about the barbell bent over row. We're going to go through how to correctly set up for this exercise, how to perform this exercise, and then how your grip width affects which muscles you're primarily targeting. Alright, so let's head in there and get started.
I really like this exercise because it targets your whole posterior chain. You hit everything from your middle trapezius, lower trapezius, rhomboids, lats, teres major, posterior deltoid. You also hit two of the muscles which make up your rotator cuff, the infraspinatus and your teres minor. Also, as you perform this exercise, you use your hamstrings, your gluteus maximus, your rectus spinae muscles to stabilize yourself, and then you also work some of your elbow flexor muscles. The first thing we want to do is get our hands set in place. Both grips I'm going to talk about will activate all these muscles I just mentioned. However, manipulating the width of your grip will shift the primary focus of this exercise to favor the activation of certain muscles more than others. If you want to target your lats more, take a closer grip on the bar just outside of shoulder width, and as you're performing the movement, pull the bar to the lower portion of your abdomen near your belly button. If you want to hit your upper back, target your upper back more, take a wider grip on the bar and pull the bar higher up on your trunk near your sternum. There are two ways you can set up for this exercise. You can either set up from the floor, or you can set up off of some sort of rack.
Alright, so whichever way you choose to set up for this exercise, the most important thing to remember is to keep your back in a nice neutral position the entire time. So whether you're pulling it off the rack or pulling it off the floor, don't allow your back to flex over and don't hyperextend your lower back. If you're pulling it off the floor, that requires a lot more hamstring mobility. So if you're somebody who has tighter hamstrings, isn't very flexible in your hamstrings, then pulling it off the rack is going to be the better way to go. And that's also going to be the way I'm going to demonstrate here in this video.
So after you have your hands set in place, pull your shoulders back tight and then rack the bar from the rack and walk it backwards. Set your feet directly underneath your hips. Drop your hips slightly to create a bend in your knees, and then maintaining a neutral spine, reach the bar forward while pushing your hamstrings and glutes backwards. When I do this, it actually helps me to imagine pulling my hamstrings and glutes backwards into this position rather than pushing them. Lower yourself down as far as you can go while maintaining a neutral spine. If you feel your lower back flex over, you've gone too far. Ideally, you want to get your torso as close to being horizontal as possible, however, don't compromise a safe neutral back position to do this. Once you're in the bottom position, really focus on pulling the bar up using your elbows and not your hands. Also retract your scapulas. I recommend doing this exercise through a full range of motion. However, range of motion for this exercise is going to be different for everyone, largely dependent on the mobility of their scapula. You should pull the bar towards your body as close as you can until you can no longer retract your scapulas. Once your scapulas are fully retracted, that is your end range of motion for this movement. Continuing to drive your elbows backwards once your scapulas are fully retracted places a lot of negative stress on the anterior portion of the shoulder capsule. So like I said, everyone's range of motion for this exercise is going to be different. People who are able to retract their scapulas more will have a greater range of motion and will therefore be able to pull the bar closer to their body. And again, if you want to target your lats more, take a closer grip on the bar and pull the bar to the lower portion of your abdomen near your belly button. If you want to target your upper back muscles more, take a wider grip on the bar and pull the bar higher up on your trunk near your sternum. Once your scapulas are fully retracted and you have reached your full range of motion, lower the bar back down, allowing your arms to fully extend and your scapulas to protract forward, stretching your shoulders downwards. Then repeat the movement. Again, it's important to keep your abs, hamstrings, glutes, and erector spinae muscles engaged the entire time to keep your back in a neutral position to help prevent against injury.
Alright guys, there you go. If you enjoyed the video, be sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already done so. If you have any other exercises you'd like to see a how-to video on, go ahead and leave a comment in the comment sections below. Alright guys, thanks for watching and I'll see you next time.